So I want to talk a little bit about something controversial, and that's cannabis and CBD oil and gut problems. So back a few years ago when I was really suffering, I was curious about would cannabis fix me or help me in any way? But I had no way of knowing because I didn't know anybody who sold it or anything like that. And I would never smoke it because I don't like putting anything in my lungs. I don't like vaping. So I let it go. Um, when I was younger, I used to believe, oh, nobody should have marijuana, nobody should have cannabis, right? But because I was against drugs, right? And I still am. But now I've kind of softened a little bit where if something helps get you out of pain and, the pros are better than the cons, yeah, try it. Try it. Anything is worth getting out of pain. So I was very curious to try it. So a few years later, I was working at a job, and a friend of mine was talking about his medical marijuana pills that he got, and he got it for sleeping and all that stuff, and pain and all that. So I thought, well, I always wanted to try it. He offered to give me 2 pills. And I said, I trust this guy. I know it's from a reputable source. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 pills and see how I feel. If I like it, then I'll go and get my own, medical marijuana license, right? So I know that's technically not legal, but let's just put that aside for now. So I waited for the weekend. I took the 2 pills, and all it did for me was knock me straight out. I mean, I was down for the count. I couldn't get off the couch. It felt like something was pushing me down on that couch. Gravity, right? So I thought, this is not for me. This is not going to work. All it makes me do is just knock me out. So fast forward a little bit, and a family member had these gummies, and they offered to have me try some. And I thought, well, I tried the pills. They didn't work. Let me try the gummies. The gummies didn't work either. In fact, I took the gummies and I don't feel anything. This is not, the pain's still here. I don't feel anything. So then my grandma's like, can you drive me to the store? And I didn't really think too much about it. So I'm like, yeah, I can drive you to the store. So I get behind the wheel of the car and I felt like everything was unreal. Like I was in a video game. I know that's something that happened. I'm not proud of it, but I didn't realize how it would affect me. And I swore off the gummies from that time since. So gummies, pills didn't do anything for me. So fast forward a little while later, I saw like they were selling CBD oil. Right? I thought, well, maybe if I take the CBD oil, maybe that'll help. So I went and I bought this type of CBD oil and took it on my tongue. Maybe that'll help do something for my digestion. And it really didn't help. So I've given up on cannabis and CBD oil completely. I've tried it a few times. I've tried more than just this oil. I've tried oils before that. A friend of mine sent me an very expensive bottle of CBD oil that I took, and it really helped her, and I'm super glad for that, but it didn't really help me. So that's my experience with cannabis and CBD oil. It doesn't really help me, or didn't really help me at the time. There was other things that helped me. Now I'm curious to know about your experiences. I'm curious to know if, how it helped you, or did it help you? Have you tried CBD oil? What are your thoughts? So that's just my experience. Other things work for me, like breathing techniques, qigong, meditation, slowing down, and walking in complete love, not getting angry, and just letting things go. Those things together, plus some herbs and things like that, and switching my diet. There's all kinds of things that go together. But CBD oil and cannabis really didn't help me that much. So what are your thoughts? Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.